Hi guys,
Hi.
we're back again together for day 2 of our adventure, week 2 of your listening. It is a no makeup episode for me because I'm done with life. I'm over it. So, no makeup. Getting a haircut today, so I washed it last night, so it's today. And I can't put any product in it. So here we are. This is what we're doing. So just like it or don't.
And I have
right?
one piece of hair that's
And Amanda's got this little alfalfa hair that decided it wanted to poke up and say hello to y'all. So she's going to be fiddle fucking with that the entire episode, I'm sure.
Yep.
But anyway, we are sort of on a time crunch, so we're going to get our lives together as best as we can today. We have a lot to talk about and not a lot of time to like talk about it in. So we're going to stick to yesterday's format where we do one thing first, one thing towards the end. I'm going to burp. Sorry. I'll do a little cute thing in YouTube so no one can see that. I'm very gassy today, just so anyone knows. Very gassy.
Full disclosure.
Full disclosure. I'm going to get a little closer. It's better. Just heads. Just heads.
Floating heads.
Because Mercury's in the lemonade and we're traveling. We should have known better. Should have brought up backup equipment, but we did not. Because, too much faith. Too much faith in our ability. Anyway, okay, we're going to try a new format again today. We have a lot to talk about. So, Amanda obviously has no anonymity because we're here together and she's not pulled up on her Google or on mine. So we don't have any anonymity for you today. So we're going to start our episode this week with our Mad Lib like we did last week. Then we're going to jump into content and then we're going to add AI at the end to give the people a chance who don't want to listen to our AI story, which is usually like 20 to 30 minutes of us stumbling over words and such. They can just skip that bit. Okay. So
it's like an extra credit.
It's an extra credit. If you stick around to the end of the episode, you get an extra credit. Chronicles of Jeremy.
Yep.
Okay, but if you don't want to listen to the Chronicles of Jeremy, you may skip past it. However, you will listen to our fucking Mad Lib, or you can skip to. I mean, I can't control what you do, but we are going to keep the Mad Lib in the front of the story. So here we go.
Okay.
I have for you today a wonderful Mad Lib. And I need from you, ma'am, a place.
Multiverse.
The multiverse. And I don't know where to write. Hold on. I'm going to have to go out of frame to write things because I write on this side. Multiverse. Yes, a verb, please.
Scream.
Scream. Adjective.
Magical.
Magical. Verb.
Debase.
Silly word.
Conflab it.
Or do you mean confabulate?
No, conflab it. Conflab it, like dagnabbit. It's another way to say dagnabbit.
Conflab. Here I am trying to make it a real word. Conflab it. Plural noun.
Hard drugs. Total left turn.
This is bad. This is real bad, actually.
Total left turn.
Hard drugs. Okay. Another adjective.
Because I heard it on Umbrella Academy yesterday. Perfidious.
Ooh, spell it.
Perfidious.
The fuck does that mean?
It means like apparently deceitful.
Sure. Plural noun.
Malcontents. A bunch of malcontents.
Okay. I can't with you.
Rabble-rousers. That's what it means. Rabble-rousers.
Rabble-rousers. Adjective. Rabble-rousers.
Smelly.
Ew. Noun.
Fuckery.
Perfect.
Like fun and fuckery.
Adverb.
Stupidly.
Okay. Another adjective, please.
Noxious.
That's
how we're feeling.
Is there
today.
a K in front of that word or no?
No.
Okay. Sure. I think there's an I in that word somewhere, but I could be wrong. Plural. Noun. Just a plural.
Just plural. Asylums.
Oh, Jesus. Asylums. Oh, fuck. Okay. Verb.
Wine and dine.
Okay.
2 for the price of 1.
verbs.
2 for the price of 1.
Wine and dine. Adjective.
Trashy.
Trashy. Okay. We have for you prepping for your Pokemon adventure. Oh no. Oh no. Here we go. Look at me reading like this, blocking my face on the screen. Get it together. Don't know how to YouTube still. It's fine. If you want to start traveling around the multiverse, catching Pokemon, you'll need to scream first. Here's a list of what you'll need. A backpack. You can only carry magical Pokeballs, so you'll need someplace to debase all others. Pokeballs. Of course you need these. You wouldn't be able to catch Kamala, Mimikyu, or Conflabbit if you didn't have a stash of hard drugs at the ready. Now, I don't know what a Kamala is, but I do know what a Mimikyu is. I'm assuming you're correct. I do know what a Mimikyu is, and a Mimikyu does look like it's been doing some hard drugs. Mm-hmm. So that does track. Quit doing this. Okay. Perfidious friends. That's something you need. No one does well alone. Travel with malcontents, and you'll go so much further. Where you are weak, your friends can be smelly. A positive attitude. One fuckery all trainers share is they are stupidly confident. You must have noxious strength if you want to win a gym battle and earn asylums. So good luck on your quest to catch and wine and dine Pokemon. It is a difficult life, but it is a trashy one. Yes, we love it so. Okay, that's enough. Excuse me, a burp again. Gassy. Anyway, so, I just poked the fuck out of my eyeball. Oh, did you see that? But, stabbed myself. And Amanda's hair has come to join us. Anyway.
Hello, world. I have morning wood.
Stop it. You were so mad. Anyway, we have lots to talk about, so let's start with what we did yesterday. Mm-hmm. Amanda and I just sort of universally, divinely planned, stumbled upon the Disney, what is it?
Exhibition?
The Disney 100-year exhibition in Chicago, where we are. We were driving back from the show, and we're like trying to think of things to do the next day, and on Saturday, we were driving back from the show, and we're trying to think of things to do on Saturday, and we're on the highway, which was the easy way home, which was not the way we went to the show. Mm-hmm. So we're like, wow, this is so much easier. This is great. Da-da-da-da. And then all of a sudden, billboard. And billboard says, Disney 100th exhibition. And I'm like, oh, I wonder when that's going on. Drive a little farther, there's the fucking building with the big thing painted across the side. Disney 100th exhibition. And I'm like, oh, it's right there. Let me see if tickets are available. Da-da-da. So we get on there. And we're like, oh, I wonder if it's just like a bunch of pictures or like screen set, like cells or whatever, like just things. We had no idea what it was. So we went back to the hotel room, we checked it out. It was way more than just like pictures. Like there were actual like artifacts like, there. Props.
People and, even the live action, even like what the actors would use
or wear. Yeah. So it was so cool. So we get the tickets. We get there. Well, obviously we recorded first, and then we get there, and we still not really like we saw the pictures, but we still really didn't know like what to expect, how big this thing was. Had no idea.
And just have room after room.
Yeah, it was just room after room.
And they're all themed.
All themed. Cool. Yes, it was so fucking cool. So like we get in, and it's a little like movie. If you've ever been to like it reminded me a lot of how they start you in the aquarium in St. Louis. Mm-hmm. So like there's like a little screen, you watch the story, and then it opens up and you get, you know, walk through all these things. I like really honestly thought I was gonna cry a few times because
I was like feeling it.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna cry. It was literally like walking through your childhood, like step by step, and like getting to see all of the behind the scenes things. Like, I'm gonna post a lot of this stuff on social media, but I don't want to get like Disney banned. So like, I don't want to post obviously the entire exhibit, but I'm gonna post like some of the highlights, some of our favorites, and then maybe we can make like an album, make our trip album available on like a Google Drive. So if you guys want to look at the photos, you can, but I don't want to paste them all over the internet because again, Disney, I can't afford that lawsuit. So I will do that. But I like the first thing you see once you get into like the biggest open room is fucking Winnie the Pooh. Mm-hmm. And like the actual Winnie the Pooh prop bear from the Christopher Robin movie. Like he's behind behind glass in a wall. And I was like, and then I like I lost Amanda because I like fucking beeline to Winnie the Pooh. And I'm taking pictures. And then I go find Amanda. I was like, it's Winnie the Pooh. There's Winnie the Pooh over there. She's like, no, look. It takes you on a journey. She's like, wait, tism first, ADHD second. Mm-hmm. Takes you on a journey. It goes in order. You got to follow the order. And I was like, God damn it. Okay. So I follow the order, which is fine because I might have ADHD'd my way through that place and missed so many things. I didn't even realize, like, I wasn't even going to stop at the little cubes that were like in a circle in this first room because when you first walk in, you can't see that there's anything in the cubes. They have them turned the opposite way from your view. So I'm like, oh, they're just like, maybe there's something stupid in there. So I didn't even look. Bitch, let me tell you, that would have been a mistake had it not been for Amanda's tism. Because the first cube we arrive at is Snow White. And the fucking book is in the goddamn cube.
Like the one that they open.
Like the one they open in the beginning of the fucking movie. The prop book that they use in the fucking beginning of the movie to open the book and start telling the story is right fucking there. And then the very next one, the next cube, is my princess, Aurora. This bitch never gets anything, okay? The bitch is never on a brush at work. The bitch has never been, like, a cool toy. She just now got her very first fucking Lego set ever. And, like, I kind of might buy it. But, like, I was, like, so fucking excited. So fucking excited. I have a video of, like, they had the book in the case, right? So I have a picture of me next to the book. I have a picture of just the book, which is about to be my phone background. And then I have a video, like, they had the book inner pages, like, on this thing, and as you flip them, the story would, like, the page would flip on the screen and it would play the music and it would, the animation, and it was, oh my god, it was so cool. That's where I thought I was gonna cry. And then they had, like, the actual, like, artist sketchings and renderings of, like, the different characters, and they had, like, the dragon scene with Maleficent, the original, like, hand drawing of that scene. I got to take a picture of that. They had so many cool fucking things there. They had the glass slipper from Cinderella from the live action movie, like the real one that they used, and it's just so many fucking cool things. So many cool things. I think the other coolest thing for me was the book from Hocus Pocus was there. Mm-hmm. Book was there. And I got to take a picture next to book.
And it even says, like, used by Bette Midler.
Yeah, the one that she held was in the real book, was in the fucking glass. And I got to take a picture next to the real book. Okay, sorry. I really tismed hard on that. Okay, what did you love?
Like I said, I liked all the themed rooms. Like, it started out with, like, the movies in order. So it started with, like, Snow White, all that, like, all the main movies in order. And then you get to, like, the next room. I don't remember which, like, the order of the rooms, but, like, there was a room of all, like, jungle-y things. Like, they had Peter Pan and Jungle Cruise and, like, Pirates of the Caribbean. And then they had, like, piratey, jungle-y things. Mm-hmm. And they had, like, space things. They had Star Wars. The Jedi texts that Rey held. Mm-hmm. Like, those and Luke's lightsaber. And Luke's lightsaber, the real one, behind glass. Yep.
I was so excited about it.
And then the Marvel stuff, they, like, Black Panther costume. They had like costumes, but it doesn't say like worn by. But a lot of them are stunt doubles wear them. So, so like the Black Panther costume, the Captain Marvel costume, they had like the different helmets, like the Loki helmet, Thor helmet. So that was really cool. I really liked that they showed even like artifacts that Walt used, like in the jungle area. It showed like when he went down. I think it was Brazil, and it's like the outfit that he wore when he went down there, and his like journal and everything.
Yeah.
And so that was really cool having all the themes. And then there was one part that I started tearing up when they were playing like the music, and they had the lyrics, the song lyrics, like the, what do you call it, sheet music.
The sheet music, yeah, score. The original score for it was on the sheet music.
Yeah, for different things, and you could listen to all Disney songs. Like they had an entire wall of all the Disney soundtracks. You can listen to all the Disney songs, and like they had like a place for the voice actors. Like, oh, here's like the ones like different. Like here's like Frozen, but in Italian, you know, in Portuguese and whatever. So that was really cool, but. They didn't have much for Beauty and the Beast, which is fine. They had like the Lumiere and Cogsworth from the live action, like probably the models that they used because they were CGI. But so they had those, a couple drawings of like the Beast, but that was pretty much it, which was fine. And then they had it was just a lot.
The Cruella de Vil one was really big.
Yeah,
they had the actual red dress that Emma Stone wore in the newest movie in this big case, and I have a beautiful video of that. I will put that up somewhere. A
lot of interactive stuff.
A lot of interactive stuff.
Tables that you could like you look at to get more information, and like the animation stuff, the robotic stuff. You could look at that. Or there's one where you could stand on a pad and move your mouth, and you look like Rocket Raccoon on the screen. So
like it was mapping you as Rocket the Raccoon. So any movement or thing you did with your face, he would do. It was really cool. They had. I'm trying to think what other really cool things they had there. They had one of the costumes from Lion King, the play. So from the musical, it was really cool to see.
And like a Little Mermaid. I thought it was from the Little Mermaid play. Excuse me, but it was from a parade celebration. Where the Little Mermaid costume. So that was cool. And they had stuff like the Dinklehopper from the live action Little Mermaid, and the telescope that she uses, and even like I said, he just used by Halle Berry, something?
Something like that.
It's not Halle Berry. It's
no, it's
similar
not.
To that.
But yeah, so we got to see a lot of really fucking cool Disney things.
I guess it was bigger than we thought it would be. Like,
yeah, an actual stormtrooper costume was there. What was worn by one of them? Probably, I mean, it was a stormtrooper. Could have been one of thousands of people, but it was like obviously very much so worn because it was like dinged up and there was stuff on it. So it's just cool to see like the actual artifacts from our childhood, like nostalgia the fuck out in Disney fashion.
Because if you didn't know, because obviously it's called Disney 100, it is the 100th anniversary of Disney, and there's even like a 15-minute. If you have Disney Plus, there's a 15-minute kind of like a celebration where they had like animated like all the characters together, like in the Disney studios, like interacting with each other, where they all try to take a group photo. Like, oh, they're trying to get everyone into the group photo, and it's like obviously they can't have all the voice actors, but they had like a lot of people. They sounded exactly like the characters if they didn't have the real voice actors. And also Walt Disney was born in Chicago. He lived here for like 5 years, so that's another reason why they probably. I don't know if this is like a thing that they have around the country, like if they have one like maybe in Anaheim, they probably have them in like Disney World and Disneyland, but I don't know if they have one like in New York or something, but since he's from Chicago, it makes sense to have it here.
Yeah, so that was really fucking fun. We will get some pictures up if they're not up already, and you guys can see all of that because it was really cool. And then if we can figure out a way to make that album like public through our Google Drive, which I'm sure we can, we'll put that in the show notes and all that good jazz. Probably also put it on our Facebook page, so you can just go and click that and link through it, because we took a lot of pictures. So there's a lot of pictures. Like
we took like a picture of every single thing.
So
plus pictures of ourselves with every single thing.
Correct. So there's a lot of pictures. If you guys want to flip through those, we'll figure out how to get that Google Drive working for you, so you can do that. Apart from that, we went to dinner after that, and then we after dinner decided to walk down to this. We found this place called Replay, and it was a fucking bar, an arcade that everything was free to play except for very few things, which we found out after we'd already fed the machine several quarters, which is fine. It cost us all of like $2.50. It's not a big deal. But like the whole bar, we'll have pictures of that too, but like the whole bar was like this. I guess we found out they switched themes. So like we found it at first and it was all 90s shit.
Like Nickelodeon, Blockbuster.
Yes, Nickelodeon, Blockbuster, like Hey Arnold, all the 90s shit you can think of was like all over this bar in pictures. So we're like, oh my God, we have to go to this fucking arcade bar. So we go to this arcade bar, we get there, and it's
very Scooby-Doo
themed. And we're like, okay, what's
like a Mystery Machine? There's like the bad guys from Scooby. There's even like Scooby-Doo and he's dressed as the grandma thing from the movie. He's like sitting up like at the bar.
And we're like, wait a minute, what's happening? Like we thought this was all 90s stuff, which I mean, Scooby-Doo is still really fucking cool. It's still all nostalgia out, but like we were kind of confused. And then we went up to the bar area and it was all Nightmare Before Christmas, and we were like, oh.
And they had the movie playing. And they had a hill that they built, like one of the curly hill that you could stand up on stairs and take a picture with.
They had the throne.
They had Sally. They had Oogie Boogie.
We're gonna give pictures of all this stuff. It was so cool.
So, and I got a drink called Sally Stitch. So it was like a blue drink, and she's blue skinned, and it had a Twizzlers for like the Stitch part. So it was really cute. So I took a picture with the little life size of her,
and I opted out of the alcohol, but I still had just as much fun because and I mean it only had one drink and it wasn't very strong, so like we nerded out so hard.
Played Mortal Kombat,
which I have a good video we'll share. We were dying. We were
literally like bent over the game, trying not to like. We had to like stop when the game ended because like we ran out of time because we were laughing
too hard and we couldn't compose ourselves because of the characters and what they were doing. So it was really funny. But we had a stupid fucking good time at that arcade. So we will give all sorts of pictures of that. But we found out, sorry, it's only 10 in the morning, not even 10 at night. But we found out they switched their themes out. So like at this point they were theming for obviously like Halloween and then Christmas. Yeah. So they did Scooby-Doo and Nightmare Before Christmas. So
and they had like several different bars. It was like a pretty large bar. They had like one bar where the Scooby-Doo was sitting at.
Yep.
And then they had,
which was like the biggest bar.
And then they had one that was another like they probably like about 6 o'clock put all these plushies out on, and then they had another bar over there and then another bar
upstairs.
Like, upstairs.
Yeah. So there was like up some stairs.
Like 4 bars.
There was another bar which was like less. There was no gaming up there. It was like maybe 2 arcade games up there, and then a photo booth, which we have photo booth pictures of. And then so there's like a bar area if you don't want to game as much. And then downstairs there was 3 bars downstairs plus all the arcade games. So there's 1, 2 on the left side, and then the big huge one on the right side. So it was a really fucking cool place. If you ever get a chance to go, it's Replay in Lincoln Park is what it's called.
Lincoln Park, Lincoln Square,
something like that. We'll link it in the show notes too, so you guys can go and visit that if you are around that area. It was really cute and really fun, and we had a lot of fun. And most of the arcade games, almost all of them except for very few, are free play. Like free to play. So
and like we did the racing game.
Yeah, the racing game as many times as we wanted to for free.
Yep. So
it was really fun. But that's kind of recapping our. Oh no, we have to tell the story about how we almost died. So
twice.
Was that on the way to dinner or was that on the way home?
On the way back.
On the way home. Okay, so on the way back to the hotel, we've been in almost many near accidents because this is Chicago and nobody fucking gives a shit and everyone slams on their brakes for no reason. And it's been many times where we've been like merged into or had to slam on our brakes because someone decided they wanted to stop in the middle of the road to let somebody out of the car or whatever, right? So we're driving back, having survived at least 6 to 10 near misses at this point, okay? And I'm like exhausted, she's exhausted, but we're like looking at the cute Christmas lights and the cute buildings where we are. And all of a sudden she goes, "Aw, cute dogs." And then my car starts screaming with the proximity indicator. It's like, beep, 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 and I was like, ah! She slams on her fucking brakes and we go flying forward and we don't hit anything, thank God, but we were like really close to the car in front of us. And I was like, after we took a breath,
We laughed.
We laughed our asses off because out of every one of these near misses, not a single one of them would have been our fault. Okay, not a single one of the almost accidents we were in would have been our fault. Okay, the other person would have been ticketed. This time, had we been in a near accident where I would have had to repair my vehicle, make a claim on my insurance, and possibly, like, get injured a slight with, like, a whiplash or something, would have been because she was looking at dogs.
This lady had 4 little dogs, okay? They were adorable.
Dogs. Okay, dogs would have done us in. Okay, dogs. The one time we came closest.
It would have been a good way to go.
But then we were topped. Okay, then we were topped. Like, that was the closest we had actually come to truly being in an accident, and that would have been her fault. Until
10 minutes later.
10 minutes later, when we were on a new stretch of highway, trying to exit yet again, and this fucking vehicle in front of us literally can't decide what fucking lane it wants to be in. So it's having an existential crisis in the middle of the fucking highway. No indicator whatsoever. No blinkers, just drifting. At the last minute, when we are already exiting in the lane, it just decides it's coming with us, and it's literally, so like, my car is here, right? My car is here. Their vehicle is here, and it starts coming in. And it gets about yay to us. Amanda freaks out, slams on the horn, swerves. But the
can't swerve too much because there's a wall.
Correct. You can't swerve too much because we're on an exit ramp. There is a fucking concrete wall and then a death drop. Mm-hmm. So, like, you drop from there, you're dying. Like, there's no surviving that. We were on one of those raised off ramps, right? So, like, it's a wall or it's the fucking car. So she swerves. She realizes that's a wall. Has to swerve back so we don't hit the wall. And thankfully, the fucking car got the hint after she honked the horn, and it had drove off the other way. Because had they not gotten the hint, we'd have died.
Yeah. Because basically, it was like 2 exits really close to each other. Mm-hmm. One, it's like one to go east, one to go west. Correct. And it's like they probably couldn't decide which way to go. And so and then like when we're going up to the exit, they kind of like start drifting, and I'm like, okay, and I'm giving enough room to like go in. Then they change their mind, go back, come back again, and then like as we're getting closer, they get closer. But then I'm like, then they at the last second move back to like they're going straight. I'm like, oh, they decided they need to go west instead of east or whatever. And so, but then like they just decided, nah, we're gonna go this way.
Yeah, immediately, and she was like, and then swerve, because that's what you do. You swerve to get out of the way. But then it was like, fuck, there's nowhere to go. That's a wall. So she swerved back the other way. But like, had that car not gotten the hint and scooted over after she honked, we'd have slammed into them, and there'd have been an accident. Because like, I'd have rather hit them than the fucking wall. There was like no choice. Hit the wall, possibly kill me or both of us, or hit the car, and one or both of us might live. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, she might be more hurt, but like, at least we wouldn't have death dropped off the fucking cliff. Yeah. So it was a whole thing.
And we're just like, my heart was racing, and then we kind of just laughed at the end. I'm like, and I said, this is why when I drive around these places, it's 25% nervous and 75% annoyed.
Yes. And then I said, I need carbohydrates.
So then we got snacks.
We got stress carbs after that. So, but anyway, we survived. We're here. We're talking to you. We're alive. So, we want to quickly just kind of touch on some end of the year stuff, because this will be our last episode of 2023 that you guys will be hearing. This will air on the 28th of December. We are currently recording 10 days prior to that because we're taking a break. We need some time off. Okay, we need some time off. I'm on PTO this week. She's on PTO next week, and we are enjoying that. Okay, so that's what we're doing. This is the last episode, last recording date of 2023 for us. So we're just going to talk about some things we want to do for next year very quickly, and then we got to get the fuck out of here because we got to go.
Yeah.
So like,
they're going to kick us out.
They're going to kick us out. So we had a few thoughts and a few ideas. I'm going to let Amanda talk because I've talked a lot already. So Amanda, talk to the people about what some of our thoughts are going into 2024 for the show, and what some changes we might want to make and some new things we might want to try.
Okay.
Hit it.
So we want to see about doing more collaborations, having more people on the show, stuff like that. Like you talked about, maybe messaging Anna Prizzi. We want to do more things with Steve and Nick. and then we're wanting to do like for me personally, it's like I would like to see more like doing like gameplay, because we have a few episodes of gameplay recorded, like either by ourselves, or we have a couple like friends, like my cousin and our friend. We have a couple of us with them, but we don't know if they like want to be on the internet,
Right,
so we might just use that as kind of like background stuff for more conversational episodes, like use the audio from the episode and put it on the video for the gameplay, because I've seen a ton of people do that, so it's not exactly original, but but I'd like to do that more gameplay stuff, because like if we could have had a recording of us doing the arcade last night,
oh my god, that would have been golden.
That would have been hilarious.
We need to get enough money to hire someone to follow us around with a camera is what we need to do.
Because we're a lot funnier off camera.
We really are.
Yeah, but so that'd be kind of fun to do more about the YouTube thing. Then that's more sort of my idea.
For sure. We've mentioned it before that we want to get a little bit more into the YouTube game. So like we have a lot of content prior to using the video for our episodes that we could put some of our better older episodes out over top of some of our older gameplay that maybe we don't want to use the audio for, like you said, with our friends that don't necessarily want to be on the internet in that way.
Like their characters will be there, but you can't see their names.
Right. So you don't know who they are. And they're not speaking, so it's not a big deal. And then our own gameplay, of course. And then sort of jumping off of that, I would like to try a little harder to bolster our community up some, like just try to get some more people involved in like our Discord and things like that. So maybe we could do some like little meet and greets with people as far as like online goes, like where we have a little gaming hangout day, or we, have a little monthly chat or something where we go live and chat with our people. But like we need more interaction from y'all. Right? Like I want to know what the people listening want to hear. So like, is there a topic you want us to cover? I know that Ray has made some suggestions that we are looking into as well. So like Ray is obviously still the GOAT, right? She's still the greatest of all time. They are still the greatest of all time. I did it again. They are still the greatest of all time. But we want people to come and join and interact with us, because it gets lonely just talking to yourself, right?
Mm-hmm. Two is sometimes also the loneliest number.
Correct. So we want to talk to you.
The people.
What do the people want to hear? We want to hear from you. So it's just kind of more collabs, like she said, and more branching out, trying new things. I think we are going to start formatting the episode a little bit differently, where like we said, the AI story goes at the end, just so we can give people the opportunity that aren't here for that to skip it. Because we started out trying to make the AI stories relate to our story, like to our topic. Mm-hmm. And now we've just fucked off. We've gone off the rails on that. So it's like, it doesn't really have anything to do with what we're doing. It's just a little fun. So I figure if we can put some fun at the front end in a short form where it's like anyone could listen to a Mad Lib for 5 minutes, right? Mm-hmm. Like it's not the end of the world to do that, but maybe not everyone wants to listen to the Chronicles of Jeremy at the beginning of the episode. And so we might be losing folks just based on that. Mm-hmm. And so I want to put that towards the end of the episode. That way, once you've gotten through the content, if you're done, you can check out, right? You're not going to miss anything else except for the fun stuff that we care about. Maybe nobody else does. So also, just continuing to feel it out and see what works for us. And we talked about maybe trying to figure out a time for me to come down to her where there are no crotch goblins and no distractions, and just have some focused podcast time, where we can do some more together-sodes, because these are fun. Yeah. But we'll have better setup. We'll for sure have what we need.
Yeah.
Next time. Now we know. So. And your background's cooler to record with than mine is.
Oh, my.
In your office.
Yeah.
So.
I just need to get a proper desk and not a tray.
Yeah, we're going to have to go shopping for a proper desk.
I did find one that I think I might want to get. It's a desk bookshelf thing. So it's like a desk with bookshelves. Because I need a bookshelf and I need a desk. So I was like, oh, that might be an idea.
I like that.
Okay.
I mean, that's it. That's all I got.
Yeah.
That's all you got?
Yep. Just the more gameplay, YouTube, and collaborations.
Okay. So
collaborate and listen.
This is the part of the show now where we're going to transition to the AI story. If you're done, you may go.
Yeah.
There's nothing more for you here. If you do not want to hear Chronicles of Jeremy, we are giving you a chance to dip out. Please remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, hit that like button so that you never miss an upload from us. Ring that bell icon, all that shit. Those were switched, you know what I mean? Ring the bell icon so you never miss an upload from us. Smash that like button and follow us on all the socials, everywhere socials are platforms. We are at the NDC podcast. Everything's linked in the show notes. If you want to see all of our trip photos, I'm sure we will have the Google Drive situation figured out by the time this episode airs. So go find the link for that. It's in the show notes as well. Pinned comment on YouTube. And that's it. We're going to transition to AI story now. Mm-hmm. If you're leaving, goodbye. We love you. If you're sticking around, stick around. Here it comes. Okay. All right. We are continuing our Chronicles of Jeremy. We are picking up off last week where it was absolute chaos and dense as fuck. And hopefully we do not have dense as fuck this week. I think I've guided it well enough to get it where it needs to be. So here we go. The prompt I gave the AI was this. Holy shit, that was weird. I haven't had a dream like that since I was a kid, Jeremy the Psychic Cat said. Having just had a terrible nightmare about some weird place named Halcyon Castle and a weird secret organization called Spectre, he was ready to gather Sympathy the Unicorn and Binky the Talking Cat and head toward the meeting place that Finnegan the Fainting Goat had shown them just before he left 2 days ago. Hey guys, are you ready to go? Jeremy said. Yep, Sympathy the Unicorn replied. I just have to go grab a new bandage for Binky's chest and we can head out. Because remember, Binky has a gaping chest wound from being caught in a net in a river. So, yeah, just recap. Sympathy the Unicorn looked away from Jeremy. She missed a step and nearly fell over, but several strange pairs of purple cat eyes immediately surrounded her in a circle. We are the healers, one of the cats said. We know just what to do. Don't worry. Sympathy the Unicorn stopped. She glanced down at Binky, who was still seated on the floor looking up at her. 12 cats were surrounding him in a circle. They began to chant, and as they did, Binky's wound began to heal. I do not know why there are quotation marks there. They do not belong there. Sorry. The cat which was speaking took a sip of tea from a small cup that was resting on its lap, and then it raised its cup in a toast. May Binky the Hearty be healed. And so it is. Binky the Hearty? Sympathy the Unicorn asked. The cats answered with a chorus of meows.
I'm glad we are continuing the name.
I didn't do that. That was all AI. The AI did that all on its own. We thought you would like the name. The pet store gave it to you, and as you heal, we will heal your heart, the cat replied. The other cats began to chant in unison, Binky the Hearty, Binky the Hearty. Sympathy the Unicorn, I don't know why that was difficult. Hold on, let me re-rack my brain. Sympathy the Unicorn looked down at Binky, who was now standing on his 4 paws. He was a lot taller than he was the last night, and a little thinner, but otherwise he was mostly the same. He noticed her staring at him and bowed. It is an honor to serve. Binky the Hearty was delighted. He felt good, warm, and fuzzy. Now let's go. There is much to do. Follow me. Sympathy the Unicorn and Jeremy walked through the portal. They followed the cat's path through a forest and a field. They came to a small house that was surrounded by a wall. They crossed through a large wooden door and came to an underground garden. They They exited the tunnel. They exited the tunnel and found themselves in front of a very large bonfire, which was guarded by 2 robed figures. What took you so long? The robed figure asked. Come, my name is Ruthane, the scholar, and I am your new guide. Fucking hell, just more characters. Ruthane led them through the garden. He pointed out a pond that was filled with dozens of unicorns in water surrounding the outside. Some were talking, some were playing with each other. It's amazing to see how many unicorns are here, Ruthane said. It's like seeing humans, Sympathy said. We see them everywhere, but unicorns are rare and have an aura all their own. They continued to walk around the garden. The walls were covered in clouds. Ruthane stepped in front of the largest cloud in the garden and stepped into the middle. Binky and the others have been talking. They think you're ready to find out the truth behind the 9 realms, Ruthane said. To be continued. So we shall figure out what the truth behind the 9 realms is next week.
It's like Asgard. Midgard.
Like Asgard. Yeah, sure. Sure. So if you are interested in continuing the Chronicles of Jeremy, please stick around to the end of the episode next week on the Neurodivergent Convergent Podcast. We love you. And we must be going now.
Because we gotta check out.
Because we have to check out of our hotel room.
We can hear the housekeepers making their way towards our...
Correct. We can hear them slowly approaching our door. So we must bid you adieu. Thank you for listening. Goodbye and good night.